Good evening. This is Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate. This is a Phase 2 All Hazards Consortium Sensitive Information Sharing Environment update on Hurricane Ian. Ian has now made landfall in South Carolina. As a matter of fact, you can see it here on the satellite image spinning over South Carolina, creating a lot of clouds all the way up to Pennsylvania and New York. They are high, thin cirrus clouds. The rain has now started to enter into Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and into parts of central Virginia as well. I'll show you that on the radar here in just a minute with GeoCollaborate. But this update is to provide some impacts and some situational awareness for those across the states that are being impacted, and also for other states who are coordinating the movement of vehicles through your states so they can get through without any events. So we do have Ian that has now been downgraded to a post-tropical storm. It has 70-mile-per-hour winds, made landfall right between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and winds have gusted to more than 85 miles an hour in some locations. That is causing storm surges of 2 to 4 and perhaps even 5 feet across coastal central South Carolina, and also 2 to 4 feet in places north, including the Outer Banks of North Carolina. The wind field is huge on this storm. It's really expanded out, as wind fields do with post-tropical storms that are transitioning into extratropical cyclones. That's all weather talk. It's still windy, it's still raining hard, and we're having flooding being reported with rainfall totals of 3 to 5 inches per hour in some locations in South Carolina. There was a heavy band of rain that caused a considerable flooding tag to be put on the National Weather Service's flash flood warning near Charleston a little bit earlier today. So I want to show you the GeoCollaborate dashboard and what it looks like right now. That yellow you see is the, actually I'll point it out here. This is the wind field. Let me just turn off the weather radar data for a moment so we can see exactly where the wind field is. And so here we go. I'm turning off the radar data. You can see this is the tropical storm wind field, and it's kind of collapsing over land as it normally does. We don't have tropical storm force winds going as far inland, but we do have gustiness. And those of you through central Georgia and through North Carolina and Virginia today are saying, my goodness, it is windy today. Well, it's all because of Ian and also a high pressure system to the north, squeezing those pressure gradients together and causing quite a bit of rain and also wind, I should say. So here's the path of the hurricane force winds, made it to landfall. Now it's just tropical storm force winds in this post-tropical cyclone, and it's causing a lot of tidal surges going on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. As far as other impacts, we're talking about potential road closures because of flooding and electrical disruptions from power being cut from the high winds and tree limbs coming down. As a matter of fact, 170,000 people are without power in South Carolina, and more than 36,000 people without power currently in North Carolina. Those numbers were likely to go up as rain gets heavier and those winds move into North Carolina as the center of the storm inches its way into North Carolina as well. So that's really the update for today. I'm going to cut it short today. I'll be back with another video showing some of the impacts of Ian as it crossed the state of Florida and also into coastal South Carolina, moving into North Carolina, and just share some of the video and post damage assessment imagery from the NOAA King Air aircraft from the Remote Sensing Division, where they're flying currently over parts of southwest Florida that have been heavily impacted. That can be used for some damage assessment through the Fleet Response Working Group and the All Hazards Consortium. We're always keeping the GeoCollaborate dashboard updated with the latest information that we have, and we hope that you're connecting to it as well. Thanks so much for watching. This is again the 5:30 p.m. update on September 30th. It's Friday, and we hope that you have a good weekend. Thank you all to the responders and the utility crews that are come together to respond to get Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina power restored and that infrastructure rebuilt in Southwest Florida. It's a tough task. We know that you're up to it, and we appreciate all the electric utilities that are responding through mutual assistance. Thanks for working with the All Hazards Consortium and the Sensitive Information Sharing Environment. I'll be back later or tomorrow morning with some damage assessment video that we'll put on the GeoCollaborate dashboard. Thanks, and have a good evening.